Bob here with another story. This one is called Master of the Game. Ooh. In the shadowed underbellies of a sprawling megacity called Nexus Prime, where skyscrapers pierced the clouds like jagged teeth and the streets pulsed with the chaotic energy of millions, there lived a man named Ellis Frost. He was no ordinary man. Ellis was the master of the game, a title whispered in fear among those who knew of his existence. For Ellis possessed gifts that made him untouchable, a puppeteer of reality itself. It began with his ESP, extrasensory perception, that allowed him to sense thoughts, intentions, and hidden truths like ripples in a pond. No light could evade him, no secrets remained buried, but that was merely the foundation. His aura sight elevated him further. Ellis could perceive the illuminated field surrounding every living being, swirling colors that revealed motions, health, strength, and even latent potential. A person's aura was an open book to him. Furious red for aggression, cool blue for calm, murky gray for deceit. In crowds, he navigated like a ghost, reading the ebb and flow of human energies before anyone else even spoke. Most dangerous of all was his ability to implant feelings in others. With a forced glance or a separate gesture, Ellis could see the motions into a target's mind. Fear that paralyzed, love that blind, rage that consumed, or loyalty that bound internal. He didn't control actions directly. He reshaped desires, made people want to do his bidding. A rival executive may suddenly feel overwhelming despair, stepping aside from a deal. A guard could be flooded with trust, waving Alice through secure doors without questions. But Alice's true mastery lies in his visions of the timeline. Flashes came to him unbidden. Glam- Glimpse of possible future branches like infinity rivers. He saw outcomes of decisions moments before they unfold. The tragedy, the trajectory of a bullet, the betrayal in a handshake, the collapse of empires. In high stake games of power, co- corporation wars, political intrigues, underground syndicates, these precognitive visions made him infallible. He appreciated every move, countering before the play was even made. And then there was his access to two dimensions. The war most knew was the prime dimension, solid and unforgiving. But Alice could slip partially into the echo dimension, a parallel overlay where time flows slower. Objects pause, phase like shadows, and physical law bent. He could step aside to dodge attacks, observe a scene, or pull echoes of objects, a weapon, a document into the prime for brief moments. Crossing 40 was exhausting, risking entanglement between whims, but in dire needs, it allows escape or ambush from impossible angles. Ellis used these powers not for heroism or villanism in the classical sense, but to orchestrate the game, a vast web of influence spanning governments, corporations, and criminals' empires. He pitted factions against each other, reaping benefits from the chaos. Some called him a god, others a devil, but others saw himself as the ultimate player, always 10 steps ahead. One fateful night, as visions warned of a converging threat, allies turning to enemies, a coalition armed with anti-psychic tech, Alice sat in his penthouse overlooking the neon light cities. His aura sight referring the approaching storm, dark auras closing in. He smiled frankly, implanting a seed of doubt in the lead assassin's mind from afar. Timeless shifts in his visions. Death averted, victory assured. The game continued, and Ellis Foss remained its undisputed master. What do you think? Would you like me to expand on the specific parts, add the more chapters, change the ending, or incorporate new elements? I can continue with this story, but basically it kind of ties into the Jedi order, the Force. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Thank you.